Hello, lovely listeners, and welcome back to another episode of 20 Years, 20 Voices, Stories from the Lifelong Learning Centre. If this is your first time listening, welcome. We are very happy to have you here. These are episodes where we want to celebrate the community of the Lifelong Learning Centre so that we concentrate on what is most important to the Lifelong Learning Centre and what makes us the brilliant place that we are, which is our community. And so we couldn't celebrate our anniversary in any other way than making sure that they had space to share their brilliant stories. And I've got another amazing guest with me today. I'll introduce myself. I should probably do that. I'm Lauren. I'm the Student Experience Officer at the Lifelong Learning Centre. So I'm the host of the podcast, and I do that alongside my lovely colleague, Antonio, who does the other half of the episodes. We've got a lovely mix of students, alumni, staff members, previous staff members, all sorts of people who have been a part of the Lifelong Learning Centre. And I've got another one of those lovely people with me today. So please, guest, could you introduce yourself to our amazing listeners and share a little bit about your connection to the Lifelong Learning Centre?
Yes, certainly, Lauren. Hello, my name's Pete, and I'm currently 2/3 of the way through my professional studies degree with the Lifelong Learning Centre. I began my academic journey in 2023 at the age of 52 by completing Jumpstart, which is a taster course, and I followed that with enrolment onto preparation for higher education. Professional studies seemed like the next logical step to take, so here we are, and I'm about to commence my third and final year of the course. I continue to be a learning champion, offering my experience of life as a mature student to others, and last year I volunteered to hold the position of school rep for the LLC.
And we worked very closely as a school rep, didn't we, Pete? So I really appreciate you coming and doing a podcast with me. You're one of those, and we have quite a few of these students who kind of have done everything that we do at the Lifelong Learning Centre. Like you've just listed, Jumpstart, PhE, you're doing your degree with us, you're a learning champion, you're a rep. You've just got so involved. So a big thank you from me, because it's always lovely when students get involved with all the things that I'm doing. It makes my job feel very much worthwhile. So next question is a hard one. What is your favourite memory or a highlight from your time within the Lifelong Learning Centre, and why?
Yeah, this is a good question. There's so many little everyday moments which stand out that are fond memories or highlights that mainly involve some form of interaction or other. Through the LLC, I've found out about and actively participated in other opportunities such as part-time work as an international student welcome assistant and an external volunteering project with the Leeds City Museum, contributing to their successful exhibition Music Leads Us. But one moment which will forever stay with me is way back in my time between completing Jumpstart and deciding to enrol on professional studies. I'd been invited to discuss my options with one of the tutors. I think our allocated time slot was 30 minutes or something like that, but we talked, and I found the help and the advice given to me with such enthusiasm was obviously so helpful, and the meeting ended up being over an hour long, which the tutor had no issues with whatsoever. And this is probably just a typical example of how staff at the LLC will go above and beyond when it comes to encouraging and assisting individuals to fulfill their potential.
Oh, I've not heard that story before. That is so lovely. Yeah, and I do think I completely agree. No one can see me listening to this, but I was nodding along as Pete was chatting, because I feel like we always have to leave extra time in our diaries after a meeting, especially with students, because you've got to meet people where they're at, and they might need a bit more time, or we're all about creating relationships and trust with people so that people can get to that point of coming into higher education when they're ready for it. So they might need a longer chat, or it might be a far shorter chat than we expect. But I like to think we're quite good at being flexible and being like, let's just see what this person needs right now. And it's so lovely that that person made that time for you and clearly made you feel really welcome and like a part of the Lifelong Learning Centre already.
It almost feels tailor-made, if you know what I mean. It really does feel so personal.
I mean, that's the goal. You've just, honestly, before we started recording, everybody, I was saying that I love recording these podcasts because it's really validating as a staff member, because all the things that we're trying to do, we hear repeated back to us from students, and you could not have hit the nail on the head more there, Pete. So we're trying to tailor it, and we want it to feel personal. We're meeting people and individuals exactly where they're at and helping them on the journey that they need to make. That is so lovely. You really cheered me up. It's a little bit of a gloomy day in Leeds today, and now I feel much better about it. And we're already on to our final question, Pete. So how would you describe the Lifelong Learning Centre in 3 words, and why?
A lovely question, and it is one that I've had to give a lot of thought to. There's so many ways and so many words probably in which to describe my feelings about the LLC, but let's go. Let's see. Firstly, I'm going to use the word inclusive. One of my favourite things about deciding to study at the LLC at Leeds is the diversity of the people I'm learning alongside. The LLC offer the most amazing and incredible support to everyone who comes through their doors. It's truly a welcoming and inclusive environment to be a part of. I feel like I can be myself here. I've been able to open up and speak honestly about some mental health issues, and that's really helped me move forward enormously. So, my first word is inclusive.
That is a lovely choice, thank you, and thank you for explaining it. And what's your second word, Pete?
My second word is determined. This is a word I share with both, from the point of view of both students and LLC staff. As students, we are determined to do well, of course, and many of us have to use that extra determination to combat some of life's obstacles to succeed in the academic world. But I also see firsthand the determination of staff who continuously thrive to do as well as they possibly can, learning from each other as well as learning from us, their students, and maybe their tweaking of the modules and introducing new ideas. It's clear to see that everyone's so determined to just do the best.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, I don't think we've had that word yet. Well, I've certainly not had it on my interviews. I really like that as a word, determined. And what's your final word, Pete?
The final word is reflection. So it's not necessarily a word that describes the LLC, but it's one which has become something of a reoccurring theme. From the many, many things I've learned during my time at the LLC and Leeds Uni, this particular skill is invaluable. We move through life at a great speed, all of us, and it's all too easy not to reflect and recognise just what we've achieved. Not just the big milestones, but to also acknowledge the smaller ones, the little wins, if you like. If I think where I am now, approaching my final year, in comparison to where I was at maybe in 2023 before I began this journey, the change and the self-improvements are glaringly clear. And I've also learned to spot the smaller things too and be aware of those areas I've improved in that have previously been somewhat challenging. So, final word, reflection.
Oh, perfect. And I think I really hope that being a part of the podcast as well has been another opportunity for you to kind of reflect on your time and try and summarise it in a very short podcast episode and try and But I think you've done very well, Pete, to fit in all of your kind of breadth of experience at the Lifelong Learning Centre. So thank you so much for sharing with us. Again, if this is your first episode that you're listening to, there are so many more episodes you can go and listen to on our SoundCloud and our YouTube page. Please go and have a listen to those. And thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you to Pete, and thank you to all of our lovely listeners. Bye for now.